Greetings, fellow vault builders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Vault Builders. Episode 3, Protecting Our Home. Moxie, I want you to bury these three morons who thought they could fight us after preaching help to Sapo. And then Crimson is sleeping, and let's make her think she's in the home area. Yeah, you're fine, see? You're totally home. Yeah, we believe it or not, I didn't want a schizophrenic fire breather. I know, I'm so picky. But clearly, the Empire are not so happy that we deserted. They sent us a pretty big force to mess with us, so we're gonna have to be quite careful. There we go. The bodies are buried. Moxie, try to tend Sapo as best you can. Sapo's like, nope. Fine. Do as you wish. Alright, Crimson. Grab yourself some food. And then we're going to be going through the lab. So do you have food on you? No, you don't. Pick up 5 meals. And then also pick up your bed. And hack this door. And because you want to be home, I'm just going to say, hey, this is home. While you're here, don't bother hauling or cleaning. And chat, I'm going to rely on you to remind me to turn on hauling and cleaning eventually, because like I don't want her hauling and cleaning while she's not home, but is home. You get what I'm saying. So the work drive. Oh wow, I wrote hack. The work drive is definitely helping out the hack speed. So we'll be able to get through this large locked door quicker. Should I have a mods command that links to the workshop? Because I see people trying to use a command that is like not there. I guess it is in the details though. What is her fact speed? She facts at 190%. She's like a double facker. It's impressive. Moderator A Shield permitted the term fact. Thanks. Area revealed. All right. So there is a source of power here. There are batteries there. What I'm going to do is order all allow. Here's Phanox leaving. Because we were like, yeah, we don't really need an 18-year-old who sees things and breathes fire. All right. One important thing is any vault door should be forced open. Because if we go through a vault door and we lose power... Oh god, she's shooting at the walls. Yeah, you can see why I didn't want her. She's having hallucinations and, like, fighting nothing. Anytime we open up a door, if it loses power, we get stuck in there, which could be super bad. So, we need to make sure that that doesn't happen. Oh, god! Don't shoot me! Go breathe fire somewhere else, you dragon. Alright, looking at our needs. Food, recreation's pretty low. I can always make a horseshoe pin here. Oh my god, just go away! Stop it! Oh my goodness. Keeps freaking me out. Alright, Moxie. You, if you're cleaning, means you need tasks. So let's have you haul this sandstone and cut it. Actually, just start planting the double strand. Sapo can do the stone cutting. We need to give her the old Yeller treatment? No, she left. Alright, Quantum, get busy, man. I want foals. So, you know, use some of Crimson's facking skill to create some foals for me. Alright, before you go to sleep, Crimson... Ooh, even better beds. This is now your new bed. So, these ancient beds have a rest effectiveness of 100%. These are like crappy beds with 85. I forced that open, right? No, I didn't. Alright, let's force that open, this open, then this open. More beds, a bathroom, and another bathroom. Forcing these doors open so it doesn't close behind me. And then there is a door here that leads to collapsor rocks. Okay. Crimson, I want you to move the lamp in there, and then move a horseshoe pin here. I thought there was a source of power around here. I guess I'll make one. Alright, Sapo's already healed from his brawler wounds, which is nice and quick. We've got most of the farm walled up now. We don't have too far to go. I am going to need to, like, get rid of the boom rat, but what I can do is tame it and release it, so it's not, you know, like a bomb waiting to go off on my farm, or eating my crops for that matter. And we need to get through this facility, so there's a lot more hacking to be done, but I think the fastest way to do it is to allow Crimson to mine out this rock to see if it leads somewhere, because it looks like something's glowing there. It's also getting a little hot in our base. So I'll hook up a cooler. There we go, double strand. 300 units of it. That is a lot. Alright, Crimson, I don't want you repairing that. Let's have you mine this collapse rock. It did lead somewhere. Perfect. This leads to a hydroponic area with a lot of components. Alright, given that this door probably leads here, it's going to be quicker to mine in there than to hack in there. If this is a door, and it is. Force that open. And it is a chem fuel room. With a lot of steel. And these chem gens are generating power, so if I'm worried about doors losing power, what I can do is wire these chem gens up to the grid to get them going. And we found a sleep sarcophagus, which we can hack open for its occupant. From here, I've gone everywhere I can, so I'm going to open up the sarcophagus next, after allowing Crimson some recreation time and some meal time. Oh, the teeny URL link doesn't work because of the dot at the end? Which one? Oddly, they both work for me. Oh, you know what? It's probably a difference of mobile versus, versus desktop. Let me fix that for you. Sometimes mobile devices, like, aren't smart enough to know that, full stops aren't actually part of a URL. So, it should be okay now. Or was for me, I don't know. Oh, okay. So a bunch of horses getting pregnant. We're gonna get a bunch of foals. All right, don't repair that. So let's hack here. Actually, we'll hack the sarcophagi. Butcher table's getting rebuilt. This is going to be a butcher creature forever. Tiny radius. No insects. And now we're going to finish up the farm wall. And then, oh, I don't have a cooler though. Yet. So, let's get the steel for that. Sell. Your power is hacker, and you are hungry, but you're incapable of hacking. Well, I guess I'm going to call you Imperfect Cell. You're incapable of hacking because you were a cave world tunneler. So I like your construction of mining, but the fact that you can't hack and you're a hacker, plus you're like a pyromaniac creepy breather, yeah, bye-bye. Shake my head. Alright, let's hack this door. I guess I could have, like, kept her to, like, bash a door open, but I don't really want to exploit them for labor. So, Selena Ferguson, you are a disappointment. Goodbye. And now we have air conditioning. Swank. I am completely out of steel. I'm gonna mine 2 more veins of steel, provided Sappho is not gonna have a conniption about being outdoors for so long. I hear a geothermal generator here. Okay, in that case, we wanted a source of power. So, let's prep to have unlimited power. Well, not literally unlimited, but like a lot of frickin' power. Well, I guess we have a new task. The horse patty is done, so we are going to scour the lab and build a geogen. I'll take that back with me with the horses. All right, you're going to need sleep in a moment, but is it... Oh, found it! Nice, more food. Let's pick up all that. Sweet. Almost 7k watts. What the hell? That's a lot of power. Okay. I would say a pretty considerable swath of this lab has been discovered, but not the actual lab part of the lab. Which is what I think is going to be most important for us. No, don't actually do the construction, girl. Just deliver the materials. Oof. Your construction sucks. Are we going to be able to pack up that whole generator? You see an uninstall? I see an uninstall. The ancient devices work differently than the vanilla ones. They can indeed be uninstalled and moved around. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. Nice. And the lab and the living quarters is now like temperate temperature. It's not like 90 degrees in there. Oh, you're idle. Well, actually, that's probably good. You need recreation. Okay, let's hack this one. And Sapo's prepping the concrete pad for the Geothermal. I missed a tree. And then we're also going to need sandstone walls for it, which means more stone cutting. Yeah, this thing weighs a lot, but I think it's probably worth bringing back. Crimson must have leveled up into left. Yep. So hack's a little bit faster now. We've got the slingshot and a mending station. Mending station allows you to fix armor, which is pretty handy. And I am going to build conduit to open up that door. Oh, more conduit. Okay, a medical room with med beds, which give good immunity gain and surgery success chance. Not that they're high priority. A heater, and clearly I saved myself the need to hack this door because this is, I'll just go around it. So let's hack this one. Horses are still chilling. Moxie is about half done with the double strand. And I'm going to have Sapo grab as much steel as he can. Prep the pad. After we build this stuff and fully enclose the double strand, I do intend to like build a trap tunnel just in case. Because that raid that we got flung at was like not fair. I mean, I am on losing his fun, so that makes sense. Okay, we'll need power to that. Oh, that isn't connected, is it? There we go. Got a kitchen and a pipeline junction with chem fuel in it. Time for sleep, probably? Or recreation. Likely these two last doors lead roughly the same thing, so I'm going to hack this one. Hydrate. Cheers. Are we allowed to slingshot stuff home to our base? No. So there's a few different reasons for this. One, that's not really how the slingshot works unless you mod it. The way that the slingshot works, if you're wondering, is slingshots will drop off an equivalent amount that you send. So if I try to slingshot things home, instead of actually getting the things I'm trying to sling, I'll just get like a giant stack of uranium or plasteel. Just basically the equivalent value of whatever I slung, which is completely not what I want. But one of the other reasons we're doing it is so that the Empire, this is a role-playing reason, the Empire doesn't know where we live. Because if we're using the slingshot network and slinging things back at our base, that's going to leave a bit of a information trail for the Empire to figure out where we live, and I don't want them to know that. So we are horse-powering our loot back home instead. So I think this wall here would be good for a trap tunnel wall once we have the geothermal generator set up done. The vaults make your loot goblin brain go burr. Yes, there is a lot of loot here. And honestly, you got to be pretty choosy. And the reason for that, in my opinion, is if you try to take everything, your colony value, wealth, is going to skyrocket so high, you're going to put yourself in mortal danger unless you are ready to defend your colony from the threats you're going to attract. Naichi, wow, thank you for all the gifted subs, dude. Cheers. Assuming the marathon timing is broken? Yes, it is broken, but I appreciate it all the same. What does that say? Yeah, it's not counting up. I don't know what's going on with it, so I've just hidden it as a result. Oh, there we go. Another horse, pregnant. So that is 3 out of the 6, or 3 out of the 4. And Thak, you're the holdout. The first horse is the least interested. It's gonna be nice to be off of wood power soon. Air revealed. Sweet! This is, so clearly there's more that I'll need to hack. This is probably the lab area, but the broadcast station is what I really wanted to do, which gives us information about another, vault. Because if we're trying to sabotage the Empire's efforts to use these ancient vaults to their benefit, gaining access to all these vaults is going to be important. And there goes Enthe. So they're all pregnant now. Alright, in that case, I'll sterilize you later because I don't want you to be woozy here on a not home map tile. All right, so we just need to cut some stone. The boom rat is going to go over to area 1. All right, Boomer Rat. I'll release you. I'll be nice. I just didn't want it near my Devil Strand farm. So it would be pretty interesting if Devil Strand was not flammable as a result of the fact that it has remarkably low flammability properties, but that's just not how they work. Their flammability as a mushroom is full, and then, you know, once you harvest it as a fabric, it's quite resilient. And that's what I was hoping to find. The actual laboratory room. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's hook up power to that last door so we can prop that open. Come on, door. There we go. Pop these two open, see what's inside. And then hack the broadcast, and then get the hell out of here. Ooh, recon armor. Ah, for Brother Sapo. He's going to be pleased. So, we are done scouring this facility. Reform Caravan, heading home. We're going to take the medicine. The horses literally didn't even eat this rice. I don't know if the weight for the rice is even worth holding on to. Components, cloth, nanites, recon armor, sim drives, and I'll explain what these components are that I'm bringing with me. Once we get them home. I already brought the generator. Geothermal plant is being brought. I'm just making sure I didn't leave anything behind that I would want. I don't really have any more carry weight, so I guess that's fine. Don't forget to turn back cleaning and hauling. Thanks. You are correct. Let's bring the assault rifle. And max out on food. Send. So, this is what we've got. Cooler, battery, 4 injector pumps. Super... Oh, right, the hack station. Crap. Forgot that. When was my last autosave? I'm gonna save scum because I'm an idiot. It was like the one thing I meant to do. So I guess we know what's here, and let's pretend I didn't do that. I read the reminder from you chat like a bit too slow. I'll chalk it up to I need to drink more coffee. No, I shouldn't blame the coffee. It's not the coffee's fault. It's my fault. Well, I guess, Boomrat, you're not tamed yet. Yeah, speaking of coffee, cheers. Was that a soft lock story-wise? Not really a lock, but the thing is, you get information about vaults randomly, but pretty infrequently. So, functionally, it would have been a soft lock, which is why I reverted. Because had we not saved scum like that, it might be hours IRL before I get access to a new vault, which would severely reduce the progress of this run. So that's why I decided to be like, all right, the hell with it. I'm going to call myself an idiot for having not done that. I wanted to save it for last, but like clearly having done that, that was a bad idea because I jumped the gun. Yeah, in your 5 in-game years, you haven't seen a single vault quest. That's, well, that's exactly why I reverted, because of the potentiality for being completely soft-locked. Didn't want that. That sounds like a bad time. Alright, so let's do this over again. But this time, smarter. How tired are you? Yeah, just hack it. Free Yoda Camp for forgiveness? You got it, dude. That's fair. But what the hell? You're not even... Get the hell out of here, boom rat. You want to turn into boom rat meat. There we go. So there is the next sealed vault. It's actually closer to home, which is really convenient. And now we can pack up and head home. Having opened up every door We are good to reform the caravan. You know, for the first time. Winky, winky. So, items. We're taking the cooler. I'm intentionally leaving the gene tailoring pod behind, and there's a reason for that, and I'll explain it in a minute. The sim drives, the dialyzer, the centrifuge, the injector pumps, the point defense, the geoplant, a 1 battery, the recon armor, an assault rifle, components and cloth, packaged meals, and medicine. Forgetting the rice and some of the meals. So, this is correct. Cool. Send. So once I get home, I'll explain what these things are. Well, actually, I could do that now. So the injector pumps allows you to do gene therapies to try to gain powers more quickly. The centrifuge reduces your fail chance, as does the dialyzer and the sim drives. The reason I left behind the biotank is every single sealed vault will have one of those, so it is not unique. Whereas the other devices that I chose to pick up are a chance to find, not a guaranteed find. So that's why I made that choice. Obviously, role-playing wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because Crimson wouldn't know that the gene tank is a guaranteed find in every vault. But, you know, that's just the way it is. What's the difference between a standard and ancient battery? The ancient batteries can store a lot more power, but they're a lot less efficient. So they charge much, much slower than normal batteries do. Normal batteries take 2 watts and turn it into 1 stored watt of power. Ancient batteries take 5 watts and turn it into 1 watt of stored power. So you need an extreme amount of excess power to charge up ancient batteries as a result. But they store a lot more power. Also, one really important thing to note is ancient technology is not affected by EMI dynamos or solar flares. They are impervious to those things. So using ancient lights, ancient coolers, ancient heaters, even if there's an EMI dynamo or solar flare, it will not affect us at all. In fact, they're empowered by those things. So an EMI dynamo will make our ancient technology run for free. Essentially, if you try to electromagnetic pulse our technology, we just get stronger. And it also doesn't break down. You know, it's been around for thousands of years, so yeah, it makes sense it wouldn't break down normally. So Crimson will be home in a day with all of this beautiful loot. And also a whole bunch of pregnant horses, which will do the gelding once they're home. This is going to be a bit of a colony wealth jump, yes, which is exactly why I would want a trap tunnel. And another reason why I'm going to want to empower my own colonists as quickly as possible so that we don't get murder ganked by the Empire. Because I could definitely see getting murder ganked by the Empire as like kind of game ending for us. Okay, this is almost done being built. We don't want a roof on it. Actually, you know what? I do want a roof on it. And Boom Rat. I guess I'll just release you once we have their walls done. Does the vault site disappear when we leave? Yes. Which is why I had to save Scum, because we wouldn't have been able to return back to it. Ambushed by Nyobust. They want my horses? Well, aren't you cute? I like how she has a giant smile on her face as she's gonna murder the dude. Ow. Come on. You left cover. Moron. I don't want your pemmican, though. What's on my wish list for the next vault? Maybe a recruit. So, it's important to note, we are isolationists. Recruiting is forbidden. Being recruited is forbidden. Essentially, our trio, our three siblings, don't know who to trust because the Empire is everywhere and they aren't willing to actively recruit anyone. So the ancient soldiers, they know, because they come out of ancient pods, are not Empire soldiers. So the ancient soldiers, of course, can be potentially trusted, but no one else can because everyone else could be an Empire spy. So as a result, we are isolationists, meaning that recruiting is only going to come from random Empire soldiers joining us and not, not active recruiting attempts. So wardening is not something that we do. Yeah, we're more paranoid than the fire breather. As far as the story goes, the three siblings were like born on a midworld and were essentially conscripted out to this RimWorld and kind of abducted. And then Crimson was experimented upon for her latent powers. So yeah, like, they have every reason not to trust anyone. Because, like, their lives up till now have been full of mistrust. And the paranoia is part of the story. As a result. Alright, we're just a few sandstone away from actually having the active walls done. And then I'm going to want to build a trap tunnel for our protection. So I'm having Sapo amass some steel for that. Here's Crimson! You know, it occurred to me I actually hadn't assigned self-tend, and I should have. And then we are going to need a bedroom for you again. So, this is yours, and Sapo will bunk up with his sibling. Cool. Sapo, let's get you into that recon armor. So much nicer than the flak stuff. And then, of course, yes, hull and clean. I like how the boomer rat's like, yeah, I'm chilling here too. Food preferences, back to paste. And fortunately, we have like a lot more packaged meals to be enjoyed. Ancient coolers and ejector pumps and point defense, dialyzers, lots of good stuff. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Vault Builders, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow vault builders.